Hello everyone, good afternoon. Okay, how is everyone doing on a Saturday evening? Okay, before I start anything, I would like to do a sound check. Okay, if you can hear me loud and clear, can you give me a thumbs up? Right, let's see a few people coming in. So, good evening to those who just came in. Okay, if you can hear me, can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, for those who are waiting, for those who are in, can you share this to your friends and family who find it useful or find it interesting to join us? Will you please share this up? Okay, a bit of breakdown. Alright, don't worry about it. I guess it's about the internet. Right, any more people? Do you mind to give me some feedback? Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Give me a thumbs up. Alright. Okay, a little bit of reminder before we go on. Okay, if you find your video lagging, do refresh it. Okay, sometimes it works because of the internet. Alright, refresh, you will find it lag, or you can just drop me a comment. Okay, that is lagging. Let's see what I can do for you. Right, so do we have more people? Yes, no. Okay, so let's not wait too long. So let me introduce our guest for today. Okay, we have Michelle with us today. She will be teaching us how to paint friendship flower wreath. Let me put her in. Okay.
Hi. Hey, Carl. Hey, everyone that's in the call and that's joining us live. Hey, are you guys ready?
Okay, people. Is everyone ready? If you guys can hear, let me know if you guys can hear Michelle loud and clear. If you can you drop a comment, say yes or it's clear, it's good. Let me see. Okay, some people cannot hear.
Cannot hear.
Okay. Okay. Can everyone hear? Yes? Okay. You have a yes?
Good.
Yep. Alright. I think, Michelle, I can leave the floor to you. I will join in later.
Please do. Okay, is everyone ready? What we're gonna do today? I'm not sure how many of you have, touched a brush or painted for the past couple of years or ever since you left school. But it's a good thing to do to break from the normal life that your studies and reading and school work that you have to do. So I just find painting very enjoyable. So probably I hope, after this session, you will enjoy as much as I do. So what we're going to do today, it's friendship flower wreath, right? First of all, have you got your equipment or your tools ready? You need, of course, pencils just to do some sketch. And then you will need your eraser. You need paper. And brushes. Probably, I think most of you would have synthetic brushes like this. Hopefully it's round, it's easier to control. But if it's flat out, I can show you some other tricks too. Okay, and water. You have your palette for you to put your color. And of course, your watercolor, right? You have your watercolor. So I hope you have all this. I'm just going to show you a few examples of what we're going to do today. So this is one of it. Yeah, very simple ones. This is another one. Now, if you like something that is even sharper in terms of color, you can actually try out what gouache watercolor. Yeah, that gives you an effect like this. Yeah. So these are the different type of watercolor that you can play with and experiment with. First of all, before we even start, I think most important is there's no right or wrong, okay? And don't be that critical judge in your mind, saying that it's not nice. Art is very, very subjective. So just go with the flow and enjoy every moment of it, okay? I'm sure you will like it. So I'm going to adjust my camera a bit so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to teach you some basics first. The basics of flowers. Yeah, some basic flowers. Probably your paper shape should be around this, like, half A4. I'm going to use one big one so that you can see clearly. Of course, you can always start with using pencil to at least sketch something. So some basic flower. There's one that I always love to draw. It's rose, which is very, very easy. How? You know how smiley face look like? Can you see this? Smiley face looks like that, right? So I want her to smile even bigger, so you will have that big mouth here, correct? So remember this mouth, okay? A smiley mouth. This shape, like a half moon shape. So in order to draw a rose, what you can do is you start with a little triangle in the center, okay? And then you start to draw all this smiley mouth. So imagine this is the shape your brush is going to move. Can you see that flower is coming out? So this is one way that you can paint a rose. Of course, then you balance it up. Just for example, okay? Well, using a brush will be slightly different. Another way of painting a flower, it could be as simple as just, our simple 5 petals. Then you put a different color in the center. It could be something like that. So we're going to start with this 2 first, okay? And of course, flower wreath can be with a ring. So if you have anything round, start off with that so that you know the shape, where to place your flower. So you have a round shape. Okay? Now, let's say you don't have anything round within reach right now. Don't worry. So I'm going to use this paper. Anyone know how to draw a round shape without any help? It's going to be very simple. I'll teach you this trick, okay? Use one finger, your index finger, pressing the center. Have the distance of your pencil based on the diameter you want. And just place your pencil down. Turn the paper. As you turn the paper, you will get that round shape. So this could be it. Yeah, that's a very simple way to draw a round shape without any tools, okay? But of course, flower wreath doesn't mean to have, doesn't all the time have to be round, right? You can also create things like, branches of a triangle, something like that. And then you have some strings and you can put flowers. So I'm trying to put the placement first, okay? Try to work out the placement so that you have a picture in mind, roughly how it's going to look like before you put your brush on the paper. So probably there will be some leaves here, some leaves here, some branches going around. It also can be something like that. So just be creative, okay? Do anything you want. It has to go with that, your heart, your flow, anything like that. So maybe any one of you would like to tell me what color flowers do you want to your wreath be? Then I'll pick that color for you. Maybe Pearl, you can tell me like what color you like. Any specific color? Yep, I
Pink.
see you coming back. Any specific color you like?
Pink.
Pink. Okay, cool. So girly.
Oh my god.
Girly. Now, pink goes very well with purple, so maybe we can have a mixture of flowers there, right? Let's try that. Let me just pick my color out and put it in the palette. So what I'll do is I'll usually put all the colors in the palette first. Just a little bit will do because watercolor is meant to be diluted. Okay, and I will also have some greens because we need leaves too. Some green. Let me just get it prepared. While I'm preparing, I hope you're also preparing your colors, your favorite color. And you will need some brown for the branches too. You can have different shades. Doesn't matter. Any color you like. No one is going to judge you. No one is going to tell you that, you know, flower cannot be black color, right? Can be any color you like. Just putting out all my different color so that we will have something more interesting. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to draw one freehand first so that you can roughly have a look how it will turn out. Just adjust it. Okay. Why do I say go with the flow? It's because when it comes to painting, a lot of time it's about feeling it, and also you'll be able to master it better after more practice. So the first round, it may not turn out the most perfect according to what you imagine, but after a few more rounds, you will be able to control it better, I would say. So let's say okay, let's use this circle just now, okay? So I have this circle. I'm going to draw the branches according to the circle. It's okay that it goes out of line. I'm going to use a few different shades of brown. And then I'll just, because branches is not always straight, right? So it's okay. Just going to draw. Can go overlap a little bit. This looks like a coffee stain from a mug, right? Okay. If you have any other questions along the way, just let me know, okay? I'm going to add a little darker shade because we need some highlight and shadow, right? So how does highlight and shadow works? Whatever that you want it to pop out, you use a lighter color. Whatever that you want it to look a little bit hidden at the back, then you use a darker color. Just that. Very simple. What you want to hide, you use a darker color. So for instance, this is the back, the ring that I want, okay, the wreath that I want. Now I'm going to go to the flower. So let's start with the rose, right? You want pink. I'm going to give you pink. So remember the smiley face just now? Let's try one outside, yeah? So I'm going to give you, start with a little triangle in the center. One small, okay, I'm drawing it bigger so that you can see. One triangle in the center. And then you gently move your brush in a curve. Can you see how it works? Just go round until your desired size. That could be one rose. You're getting it? Let's do another one. Okay, center. Doesn't have to be a sharp triangle. press the brush a little bit, press the brush a little bit, and then slowly move out. Here you go. It's okay that it's fading off at the side because you picked up the color from the tip, right? So there are water inside the brush. So that's why you get this gradient effect. Okay, you don't need to wet the entire brush with the color. Just pick up the color from the tip using the tip of the brush. Okay, just pick up a little bit color because you want whatever that's in the center of a flower, it should be darker, right? So center, let's try another one. Here. Okay, center of the flower should be darker. And then you press, 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 and slowly move out. Are you getting the rose? Is everyone okay? Let's try another one. Center, move. I encourage you while you're painting, since a little birdie told me that July is international, I forgot which date, but July it's International Friendship Day. Think of that friend that you want to give this greeting card to. I'm sure he or she will be very happy to receive this. It's hand painted. It's very precious, you know. Okay, so that's the basics of doing a rose. Now, if you want to do something simpler, okay, rose is not your thing, okay, something simpler, even better. The 5 petals, very easy. One, meet them in the middle. 5 petals. It doesn't have to be same size, okay? Draw bigger for you. Very hard to see. So you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And what you can do when it's about to dry, let me get another brush. So you can have another brush, pick up maybe a different color that complements it. So I'm going to use yellow and put it in the center. So you can put a little yellow or orange, just dot it in the center. Or maybe a bit of white is also okay. Yeah, it could be something like that too. Simple, right? So here, now that the ring is dry, it's easier. So we're going to draw some roses here. They are big, they are small. So maybe I'll start with a big one so that I know how to composite or position all the rest of the flowers. I'm going to start here, move. Just go with the flow and see if that's the shape you want. How big do you want this rose to be? So that could be one. And I'm going to move slightly further away because I want to put a purple color one here. Move one over here. And let's do another one. Remember all this happy smile? Okay. And maybe just one small one here. Okay. And another one here. Let's say that's it, the pink one. I'm going to play with a little purple color. Are there purple rose? There should be, right? Okay, I'm going to put one purple rose just right here. There you go. So maybe it's hiding behind that pink rose. Add another one. Is this easy? I say it doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Any questions so far? Can y'all see this? Could be just something like that, right? So then it looks more, it has a center of attraction, which is this part, this small part, right? I can add another small one here. Right. And we can move to the leaves. How do we paint leaves? Okay, let's practice a little bit. Leaves is again, go with the flow. You can mix a few different greens together and see whether you like that color or not, okay? So leaves, pick, how would I put it? Make sure you don't hold your brush too firmly, too tightly. It should flow very smoothly. So if you want your leaves to go like that, you have to lift your brush at the end in order to get a sharp edge, right? Or you start from the edge, then you press that. So it could be something like that. Yeah? Okay, I want my leaves to be a little brighter. So I'm gonna change the green and I'm gonna put it here. So let's say I'm gonna put a leaf here and here. I want it to be coming out just right behind the flower. So you can have this. There you go. Here. As you go along, just see how you want to balance the whole thing, right? So you can have one here. There's no fixed shape, so you can just do what you want. This is why I enjoy painting, because there's no rules to it. You just play with whatever you have in mind. You just experiment. Of course, sometimes, it doesn't come out as what you thought it would be. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just leave it at the side after a couple of hours or after maybe a couple of weeks, and then I'll revisit the painting again and see what I can do with it. I can fix it sometimes. Yeah. So let's say here, we're actually done. If you are happy with this, it's done. Or if you want to add a little ribbon, you can also do that. So let's say I want this to be hanging. So you can, hey, Pearl, you have questions?
Yep. We have an audience.
Yep.
Rina. She was asking if you can zoom in a little more and
Okay,
do the
sure.
roll cut one more time.
The rose one?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I go closer. Is this better? I'm going to draw it bigger this time, okay? So that everyone can see better.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, let me switch this around. Okay, put this away. The rose. Okay, let's do the basics. Let's go with the rose. I'm going to use the red color so it's more obvious, okay? So I'm picking up the red color. You can see red color. Okay. A bit more. Okay, make sure I mix all my red. I have the right consistency of the color. Sometimes you can also use a kitchen towel just to test out, is that the color that you want, okay? If you have enough color there. So, okay, start with the center. Let's say a triangle in the center. Okay? triangle in the center, and then you move your brush. Okay, you twist your brush a little bit. It's okay that it doesn't, end with a nice edge. Move your brush. You will notice that I'll always lift up my brush at the end so that it will have a nicer edge. Is this better? Let's try another one. Center. Okay. Lift up. Stroke. There you go. Move along. Now this one, let's say I want the rose to be facing this side. Okay. So you can see now it's slightly slanted already. Because we won't be viewing the rose from the top all the time, right? So we can actually add on this side instead. Just add on. Could have the rose like that. Meaning the stem will go something like that. Right? Shall we try another one? The more you practice, the better you get at a rose. And it's actually one of the easiest to paint. Okay, center. Moved. Just move the brush. Okay, if you're not, it's not very comfortable for your hand, you can move the paper, it's okay. Yeah, you want to move the paper a little bit so that you get that nice circular looking rose. Yep, and you can continue to add on. Is that better? Okay, do one more time. Let's make a big one here, okay? So we have the center, and then we move. Just add on, and continue to move out. Why do I not need to pick up water is because, or pick up the color is because the brush picks up enough water. So your brush needs to be wet, picked up the right amount of water so that you can go on. Just continue on. Now, as we go out further, it should be faded off. So you can just put your brush into the water a little bit and then start lightening the effect. And you can go all the way out. Does that work? Is that clearer? The challenge now is if your card is only half of the size and you need to draw the wreath, it may not have that big a space for you to draw such a big flower, right? So in the event, if you don't want to do a flower wreath, you just want to do flowers. You just want to do flower. I'm going to fold this paper into half. So let's say this is the size of your card that you're doing, like a postcard, right? You can also think about how you want to position instead of doing a wreath. How do you want to position your rose? I'm going to do one for you quickly here, okay? So let's go back to the rose. Now, because of pearl, I'm going to use a little bit of pink. So I'm going to put, I usually composite one big one and two smaller ones, just for you to have a clearer vision. Let me pick a paper that's in different colors so that you can see. Okay, so this is the size of the card. I'm going to do it in a landscape way. So what I'll do is I'll have a big rose here. Okay? Big rose. Just move your brush. Happy with the shape. A little bit more. I want a big brown one. Okay? So this is one. Now the second one, I'm going to use a slightly darker red at the side. So I'm going to put one here. Okay. Slightly smaller. There you go. And maybe an orange one. Yellowish orange. I'll put one here. Here. And this one, I want it to face the side a little bit. So like it's from the side, right? You'll see? Yeah. I did not clean my brush. That's why you see the orange and the pink blend in together. Okay. Now, sometimes you also see buds, right? Not all flowers will bloom. So maybe I can add one more small bud here. Yeah, maybe here. Something like that will do. Make another one here. Now I have the position of the flower. What do? I'll pick up the green to join them together, right? To make them look more together. I'm picking up some green. And then I'm gonna connect them together. For now, like that, right? There are leaves that you can put in. Whatever that's at the background will be darker and faded off. Whatever that's in front should be sharper and brighter in color, right? So I'm going to use a darker green, like an olive green. You can also mix your green with brown to make it slightly darker. And I'm going to put a little bit more water so that it looks like it's in the background. So I'm going to add this, like leaves coming from behind. Doesn't have to be perfect in shape. It's okay. Okay, so this is one side, and then maybe one's over here. If you can't see where you want to put it, put where you want to place your leaves or where you want to place your flower. Sometimes it's good that you lift up your paper and put it slightly away from you so that you know where to balance it off. Okay, maybe one here. Slimmer one. Now, if you want to draw the foreground leaf, the one that's in front, you need to wait for, and if they overlap, you need to wait for the background leaves to dry up a little bit more. So I'm going to wait for this to dry a little bit. Okay. Because I want to balance this part. Now I want to leave this area empty. You can put a word like blessed or, happy or friends forever. You can always put it here. I'm going to use a lighter green now. A brighter green, I would say. Let's pick a different color. So it will be in front. So I'm going to put this green in front. Can overlap them. It's totally fine. Throw that in. Push the color closer to the flower, because whatever that's close underneath should be darker, right? Okay, add another one here. Yeah. This could also be one of it. You know, and when I add a little bit more spice to it, you want it to be a little bit more exciting. There's always things to add on. So I'm going to add some branches to make it more fun. So I'm going to add a, let's see, maybe here. When you don't have enough water, this is what happens. You want the color to flow nicely. Okay, I'm going to add some branches here. Just for fun. Can have another one. Here. Okay. Maybe one here. Okay. Could be something like that. Now what you can do now is give it a little bit more vibrant color. So I'm going to use some red. Some red. Something darker. With less water. I'm going to put something like, cherry. You can add some red dots. To just make it more interesting, not just rose, right? Just go with your flow. Like, your heart feels that here needs a little bit of redness, here needs a little bit of yellow. You can just add it in. This could be one too. Can? Are you following so far? Is this better? Can you see better now? Yep. Any questions? Anything that you want me to show you? Let's see. Teach you a trick. Let me teach you one trick. Let's say you have a flat brush. I don't have a flat brush here. I draw a big one for you. So I have a flat brush. Any one of you have a flat brush at home right now and you don't know what to draw with it. I'm going to draw a very big one for you to see clearly. Okay, I'm going to pick up some color. So remember just now we have some red, right? And pink. I'm going to pick up 3/4 with the red and pink, okay? 3/4 of the brush with red. And I'm going to leave one side with white color. Picking up a little bit of white. Make sure your brush is wet. Add some water. This is what you can do. White outside. So let's say my flower, let me just give you a draft so that you can see. So let's say my flower looks something like that. Okay, something like that. This is a flower. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna blend the color using this flat brush, with picking up of the darker color on one side and a lighter color on the other side. So you can have this effect. This is also something you can play with, okay? So if it's like that, yep, and you can add on the other side. Add on the other side. Just play with it. So this is one. Let's do it again. This is two. Remember the 5 petals that we talked about just now? This is 3. Okay, turning the paper around so that I can manage it better. 4. And 5. Oops. Right. And then what you can do in the center is, say I want yellow color to be in the center. You can always dabble on some yellow. Now if it's just yellow, it will look flat, right? So I'm just dabbling in. You can also pick up some orange, not adding them in. Or some brown too, so that you are creating more depth. This is also another one that you can try. Quite simple. It will be easier to manage if it's a smaller flat brush for you, or even if you have an angle brush, that will also work. So let's try with this angle brush. Picking up some pink, oops, pink and some white. Try another one here. Let's see. Mix it up. Oh, got mixed up with the tip. Pick up the tip with white. And this is a smaller one. Pick up some white. Move. Just zigzag it a little bit. Just move it. If you don't want it to look so round, or a full-blown flower, you can also do like frontal, right? Just showing a little bit. It doesn't have to be the whole thing. So let's say I have just this one, and then here another one, and another one. This will work too. Could be something like that. So imagine if you have your flower wreath. This is how let's say I'm just drawing this halfway, right? So this is your wreath. This flower, this pink flower, can go something like this on the side and here. here. Just go around all the way. Could just add on. So not necessarily it has to be lopsided flowers. It could round the entire flower wreath. Or sometimes you don't even want flowers. You can just do leaves. Like the earlier one that I showed you, it could be just leaves. Like this is quite easy. So there are a lot of leaves, and then we just put some red cherries. This is also very easy to do. So not necessarily it has to be flower, right? And if you want to get creative, it could be also hearts. Let's, for instance, make this more fun and let's play with some creativity, right? So let's say I have my wreath in a circle. Okay, I'm just freehand doing this. Circle. And I want a lot of hearts. You love your best friend so much, right? So a lot of hearts. So it could be, maybe draw a basket first. A basket of hearts sounds nice. We can have one basket here. So let's say I have a basket here. Cute little basket. Okay, what does the basket hold? It will hold a lot of hearts. And always use some highlight and shadow so that it looks nicer. I'm going to put some darker brown at the bottom. Okay, and then we will go to the hearts. And it's overflowing with hearts. It could be as simple as this. Doesn't have to be in a perfect heart shape because it's flying all over. And you can always overlap. Something like this. Maybe some coming from here. Oops. There's no right or wrong, right? So just be creative. Okay. Just don't stop it here because you can still play with it. How? I'm going to use a little red. I'm going to overlap some of the hearts, the pink hearts. And that's the best thing about watercolor. You can actually wash off the brown color at the bottom with your red. Okay.
Isn't it fun? So much things you can do with this. And I just find that, painting can really train your focus, can calm you down, and, teaches you to listen to your heart a little bit more. There you go. Now, of course, you want something that, also pop up a little bit because everything looks very faded right now, right? What can we do? We can make some very distinct hearts too. You can try some smaller ones. Yeah, see? I'll bring this closer. Some smaller ones. This is one easy one, right? Especially if you have the synthetic brown brush. Very simple. And don't worry if you even dirty the artwork. Sometimes, suddenly you have a patch here. Always find ways to cover it back. Think of something to put it there. There's no mistake. Even if there is, only you will know. The receiver won't know. So don't worry. How do you like this one? The simple one. Yeah, and if you want some variety of color, if you love colors, there's always things you can do. Add maybe some little balloons. Let's tie to it. You can always add a few. How's it so far? Has everyone got a card already? Pearl, how is yours going?
Okay. Okay.
You managed to come out with a ref or not?
Yes, yes. I got two. The one you showed earlier with the
Right, that's very good.
oh, thank you. And you keep
very
mentioning that it's easy. I'm drawing. This is not easy.
After a few more practice, it will be easy. Don't worry. I think your flowers can be a little bit big. Oh, that's so cute too. That's quick. You
Go a
picked
bit
it up
bigger.
very fast. Your flowers can be a little bigger, so then it take up a little bit more space to balance it out. Right now, I can only see the ring. So if you want that attraction on the flower, so you can add a few more. Maybe just at one side. It doesn't have to be both sides. I like it. You balance both sides. Just add maybe a few more on one side. Then I think it will bring up the whole thing better. That's nice.
Thank
Very
you.
good try. Is there anything that you want me to show again, or anyone wants to see anything clearer?
Yes. Audience, do you have anything you would like to see clearer? But personally, I would love to see the leaf one more time?
Okay,
How to put
sure,
on the
sure.
leaf in
Maybe,
the rug.
how to put on the leaves. Okay, let me do one straight away. Okay, let's go back to the
Great.
start one new one for you. Let's complete this. One second. This time I'm going to use the green. So let's say I'm going to use this as the base. So this is my red. Okay. So this is the base, right? And let's say this one, I only want green color. I only want to play with the different greens. I'm going to start with a lighter one. It's the leaves that I show you how to do just now. You can just go with the flow and bring up. Yeah. So let's say your flower is here just now. Okay. Let's say now I'm not putting flower, but if your flowers are here, you can just put it there. Be something like that. Just smoothly let it flow. This is first layer. There you go. Right? It could be something like that to start off. If you have your flowers, it will be here. And then I'm going to add some different type of leaves now, so that you can pick up some different shapes, right? So there are times that we have leaves that goes like that. And I'll add on one at a time. And then maybe another one here. Don't worry about it has to be in the right shape. Then you're taking over the control of the brush. So if you notice how I just let my brush flow, even the shape doesn't look very nice, it's okay because it's a piece of art, right? I'm gonna add here. So you can pick and choose which leaves fits your ref better. So you can also put it in where you feel there's empty space. Here you go. Very good. Isn't this fun? Sometimes I would spend hours just sitting down here painting, like 5, 6 hours. And sometimes I
or just do like what, a 20 minutes just to play with it, just to relax the mind actually. And we can also do another type of leaves, which is maybe round in shape. So I'm going to do this a different shape, a different color. Just to circle. And we're going to move. Just now, everything flows this way. So because this is in a different shape, I just thought, maybe we can do it the different direction. There's no reason behind it, okay? I just feel like it. This could be a simple one. There you go. Some darker, some lighter. It's also fine. I hope this is easy for all of you. I mean, I've been just started painting a couple of years ago. Not a lot of experience either. So this is how I do it. If I can do it, I'm sure y'all can do it. Just remember, don't be your own judge, okay? Don't criticize your work. Everything is beautiful. This could be one. And now that you look at it, is it balanced? Probably. I would add one more here just to balance it off, right? Can you see? We're not doing abstract art, so balance. It's actually pleasing for the eyes. Yeah. Maybe one small one here. Right now it's all green. It might not, look very interesting. So I said just now, remember the branches and the little red dots that we add in? We can also add it in here. All this element can also add in here. So I'm picking up some brown. I'm gonna add in some branches. Anywhere you like. Right, so after adding them in, I'm gonna add the red. Let me add a bit of pink. Just to make it a little bit more exciting. Instead of monotone, right? Just bring out. Sometimes adding a brighter color, it brings out the monotone even better. So I have my branch here. I add some pink. Just dot, dot, dot.
Very easy. So it spice up your painting. Just go with the flow. It's okay. Here you go. Is that nice? Simple. Very simple. So let's say if you want to put a word in there, you can always use your brush to put in the word. Anyone good in calligraphy can try this. I'm not so good. I'm still training on this. There we go. How's this? Simple yet, you know, it's hand painted. It's precious. How's it? So Pearl, okay?
Yeah, it's
Better?
great. Need more practice.
Yeah, just practice a little bit more. I mean, come on. This why do I say it's easy? Because I've been practicing for the past at least 3 years.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's simply because I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So I hope you all will also enjoy it. Like I said, it really calms me down. It keeps me focused, even in the things that I do. Yeah, other things that I do. Yeah, to practice it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hope you all enjoy the session. Is there any other questions that you want me to answer?
Yeah,
Nope.
on the floor, do you guys have any questions? I really enjoy it.
And great,
I really
you're great,
enjoy
great to know. Very
it.
happy that you enjoyed it.
Okay, it seems like there's no questions.
Great. So they picked it up.
Yeah.
Probably they did it even better than I did.
Wow. Do someone want to like snap a picture and put it on our
Yeah, show
Facebook
us.
so we can see?
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I understand that Pearl says that there are feedback form that will be sent to you guys. So if y'all have any, there's a question. Can we use
Yeah.
color? Can we use color that don't goes well on like blue and pink? Of course, of course. There's one color that you should try, which is the Tiffany blue with orange.
Wow.
They go very well together. If you ever go into any art shop, right, there's this color wheels that they sell, or you go online and check color wheels. Whatever that sits opposite, it's actually a contrast harmony. So you can actually try those out. Blue and pink always go together. It's so Barbie doll, no?
Oh, I'm
But
not
yeah,
sure.
I just find that the Tiffany blue goes really, really nice with orange, bright orange. Yep, that's a
That
good
has
try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very good question.
Mm-hmm.
There's no right or wrong, like I said. But sometimes, yes, the color may not pop out like how you imagine. When you mix blue with orange, like just a normal blue with orange, if you mix those colors together, they will turn gray. So if you are really playing with the Tiffany blue and orange, you have to wait for it to dry up before you put on the other color. That's the trick. Okay, Isaac, does the strength of holding the brush makes a big difference on the result? Yes, it does. Now, if you want something that comes out solid, And so for instance, if you look at this, right, all the dotted green leaves, are more firm compared to those in strokes. So those long strokes is because when I use my brush, and if I do long strokes, I will lift it up at the end. I'll just leave it up. So then you will have a softer finishing and a sharp edge. But if you press your brush and hold it very firm, your color will also be very consistent, like very flat. If you want some gradient, you press and you lift up, following that flow, it gives you a nice gradient. If you press it consistently, it will be flat. So it depends on on what you want to achieve. So let's say you are painting something flat, like a square cube, then you can actually just go flat, hold it firm. But if you want to have some highlight and shadow, that's where you need to relax your hand, relax your fingers to let it flow a little bit. That's how I feel. Yeah. But then again, you know, to master that brush takes a little control, takes a little practice. And it's always to start off with easier to start off with synthetic brush. Synthetic brush meaning the brush are harder. So it's easier for you to control. Whereas if you notice just now I was holding this brush. These brushes are real hair, like squirrel hair and Kolinsky hair. They picked up more color so that I can flow better, but they are softer. When they're softer, it takes a little bit more practice to control it. Just that difference. But after you start using natural hair, you will enjoy it very, very much. Yeah.
I see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
New thing for me.
I hope someone will pick this new hobby up and continue painting and see how it affects your life. I mean, it does affect my life a lot. Staying more calm. Great.
I think it's a good habit to develop.
Sorry?
I think it's a good habit to develop for those who like it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Before we go up, okay, so this is just a feedback from guys. Please do fill that up. Let me know how do you feel about this session. Okay, and let me know if we have something similar again, would you participate? Okay. In the feedback form, you can tell me the good stuff. You can tell me what needs improvement, so that I can keep doing the good stuff and then do some improvement for the areas that you find maybe something to improve more. Great. So, thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Pearl. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. I just want everyone to be happy and happy weekend, everyone.
Happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye.